Hello everyone, I'm Captain Logan, and tonight I'm going to play some Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid. Originally this evening, I was supposed to do a game with the game's designer, believe it or not, Jonathan Ying, who I did an interview with last year, and he was awesome and agreed to come back, and unfortunately he had to postpone the game, and hopefully that'll happen here within the next 2 or 3 weeks, but I was still kind of itching to play, and I got some things done that I thought would take longer tonight, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to carve out the time, and I'm going to do a solo game. I'm going to try to get back in touch with solo mode. It's been a good long time since I've done that. I am broadcasting today from the other side of the bunker, and you're not seeing my face tonight. I just wanted to show the table so that you could get a good look at everything. It'll be difficult to read cards from the webcam, but never fear, I will read everything to you, and hopefully you'll have a good enough sense of what's happening. If you have any questions about what I'm doing or why, let me know, and if you know the game really well and you see any mistakes that I happen to make, feel free to let me know about those as well. And I'm playing some music tonight just behind me. If that's distracting or overpowering or it just sounds weird for some reason, let me know. But I like listening to Virtua Fighter music sometimes while I'm playing Power Rangers, and I'm just kind of relaxing, hanging out by myself, and thought I would include any of you guys that happen to want to pop in tonight. I'm going to do a Dino Thunder game. Hi, Jareth Gearhart. Good to see you, man. Hi, Tom. So, like I said, it's been a good long time since I played single player, so I'm kind of rusty on this. I looked back over the rules because I haven't done this in a long time, and I think I remember everything I'm supposed to do differently. It's 7-card draw. You get to draw a card each time you play an attack, and you can't go to the command center to power up, but you get a 6 shield recovery for 2 of your 3 Rangers, and you play your Rangers kind of at the same time and separately simultaneously. It's interesting. It's a super cool, fun mode, and I'm going to show it to you if you have never seen it before, or for the second or third time if you've been with me and we have done this before. So I'm going to play as the 3 original Dino Thunder Rangers. We're going to be Connor McKnight, who has Swift Striker, and that power allows you to take the first turn in battle. It lets you get around fast. And then I'm going to be Ethan James, Dino Thunder Blue, who has Clever Solution, and that lets you draw a card each time you roll a blank result, and we're already going to have a lot of card draws, so I don't know how much we're going to actually take advantage of that, but nevertheless, it is an ability that we have. And finally, Kira Ford gives you Perfect Pitch, and once per attack, when you roll a double, you gain an energy when you get a double damage. Hi, Holy. Good to see you, too. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just get started here. We're going to do 4 deployment because I'm playing solo and because I'm going to deal with some somewhat difficult monsters in a boss tonight. So I think we're going to get overwhelmed too easily if we play 5 deployment, and I think 4 is recommended for solo mode typically anyway. We've got 3 energy in the command center. It is possible to lose Rangers in this mode and still keep going, although I can't imagine I'll get very far if I actually lose anybody after my 3 energy out of the command center, and I'm just playing with regular, somewhat basic foot soldiers tonight because everything else is kind of difficult. Monsters and boss tonight, we're going to go against Evil White Ranger and Zeltrax, my favorite Power Rangers henchman of all time, and then of course Mesogog at the very end being Dino Thunder. Let's get right into it. Here we go. So setting up the board, we've got 3 regular putty patrols at the Putty Patrollers, pardon me, at the park. And I've got everything here nearly table ready. I've got 2 Rangers that don't have paint jobs that I'm quite finished with. So Connor here, he's all done, not to be confused with Connor Nielsen. And then I actually was working on Blue Ranger today and had nothing to do with this game. I didn't know I was going to do this, but it just happened to be who I was working with. And then I've got a base coat on the yellow Dino Thunder Ranger, but I've not done her details yet. 2 regular putties going to the dockyard. And we're having to use Mighty Morphin henchmen foot soldiers, because we don't have any from Dino Thunder at this time, and I doubt that'll ever happen. And then I've got 2 Z's at the power plant. You're never going to get everything that was ever in Power Rangers in this game because there's so much of it, but it's insane, the sheer amount that already exists. And this is the game's 5th-year anniversary, along with Power Rangers' overall 30th anniversary, and 2 Z's at the power plant, which is why this year I decided to invite Jonathan to do a game with us. And I'm excited to finally do that for you guys when it ends up happening. Hey, check out my Zordon Dice Tower. I finally got that thing painted last week, and I'm really happy with how it came out. That head just really pops on camera. Senior Sticks, Cap, did you know Bulk and Skull were Power Rangers in comics? Yes, in a dream sequence, and not only that, but they're actually in the game. And they are the Orange Ranger and the Purple Ranger, and we have orange and purple dice to go with them. There are actually other Purple Rangers in the game now as well, but Skull is the only Orange Ranger so far, and they have hilarious Zords. One is Featherdactyl, and the other is Baconodon. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and start playing. So I've got to move around the board all by myself. I've got 5 actions to start, and each time I beat a monster, I'm going to get an extra action, which is helpful. And it looks like the closest to panic place right now is the power plant, and it's 4 Z putties, and that is hairy and scary. So I actually think I'm going to start with some regular putties just to get a good sense of this team together. This is my favorite 3-man team so far, but I've not played with them all by myself like this, and I've really only done a full game with the 3, even with 3 individual players one time, I think. So anyway, without further ado, pardon the long lead up here, let's go to Angel Grove Park. Even by myself, I don't seem to be able to get started without at least 7 or 10 minutes of preamble, no matter what I'm doing. All right, we're going to fight 3 regular putties. We're going to I'm trying to decide if we should do 2 or 3 energy in the command center, and I don't think the rules for solo mode state it, but when you play 2-player mode, you get 3. And I want to say that's what we've done in the past. So hopefully it doesn't make things too easy, but for the sake of just consistency and making this, more fun and likely to get through it, I'm going to go ahead and play with 3 energy in the pool. That just seems consistent with what you do in 2-player mode. Although, given that we're playing with 3 Rangers, I mean, that might be a little... I can't decide. I'm not sure how we've done it before. I forget. I'm actually on the fence about it. Yeah, let's just play with 2 for now. I mean, I don't really want to change it up in the middle of the game. I'll just play it with 2, because like I said, the rules don't really state either way, so it probably wants you to stick with 2. The more I'm thinking about it, I'm second-guessing it. Yeah, I'll just play with 2, and hopefully it works out. Okay, here come our 3 regular putty patrollers. Senior Sticks, doesn't this require more than 1 person, Cap? No, not in the mode we're playing right now. This is solo mode, which is a scenario that was given to us last year, and for a long time, Jonathan said that there would never be a solo mode because the point of the game was teamwork and playing with other people, but he changed his mind during COVID when a lot of people weren't able to get together. And there's a lot of people that have gotten into the game now because they can play it alone, which is wonderful. Hayden Spring, I'd love to play this, but I'm the only person I know who's a Power Rangers guy, at least in real life. But at least there's solo mode, and I'm going to show you how to play it, because you don't need other people, and it's still wonderfully fun, although that much more challenging. Okay, so we have a flanking, which is passive, a fierce strike, and another fierce strike, and I need to draw my cards. Now, you draw 7 cards out of your 3 decks, and I've got to decide how much of each one I want. I'm going to probably stack more red than anything. So let's do 2 yellow, 2 blue, and 3 red. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we don't have to worry about fast, so Connor's power is not going to help us right now. And the only other thing we really have to worry about is perfect pitch, unless we really want more card draws. So I want to keep that in mind. That first card is passive, which is nice. I can ignore it because it's not going to do anything to me right away, and I can go after the Sphere Strike, which will deal 4 damage to me if it resolves. And I'm going to go ahead and get that started with some kind of attack. What do I want here? I could start with a flying kick, which would gain me an energy, or I could go for a basic 3-dice attack that would let me discard a reaction card to put this back in my hand. I think I'll do that maybe. So let's start with a Shield Bash from Blue Ranger, and I could have grabbed all 3 colors of dice, but I guess I'll just roll with red dice tonight. So 3 dice. And we might use Zordon every now and again. But right now, I'm just going to throw on the table. All right, so throwing at Fierce Strike. And here is the card I just played, Shield Bash. And I hit Fierce Strike for 2. Flanking resolves. Nothing happens. Now, this is, again, a passive card. And while it's in play, each time another enemy card deals damage, I would increase it by 1. Don't have to worry about that yet. And hopefully not at all. So I only have to hit Fierce Strike for 1 now. I'm going to take a Flying Kick from Yellow Ranger, Kira Ford, and I'm going to throw 2 dice at Fierce Strike, which beats it, just the one I needed, and it gains us an energy. So we get the energy back that we just spent a minute ago. This Z Putty resolves. And now I've got to try to kill this Fierce Strike, which is probably not going to happen. I will probably take this damage, but it's not the biggest deal. It would be cool if I got a double hit here, though, to gain some more energy. Let's see. Thundermax Saber. 2 dice attack. If any other effects add dice to this attack, and +1, you may divide the damage from this attack among any number of targets. And that's not going to help me right now because I don't have any way to add dice. So that would be a 1-cost 2-dice attack, which I don't want to spend that for just 2 dice. So I'm going to play a rapid spin. That's 2 dice. And this probably won't do the trick, but again, we'll get it started. So hit it for 2. That's going to deal 4 damage. And I can take the damage from any of my 3 characters right now. So I've got to keep track of each of my decks and how much I've got in them. Hayden Spring, it's also a money sink. Yes, it absolutely is. It has been worth it to me, and this is the only game that I keep 100% current on like this. Although I will say that for the 3 years I've been playing this, I've gotten more into tabletop overall. I play the DC Deck Builder, and I have a bunch of that now, and a couple other things that I have started getting into just a bit. I started playing Munchkin again, so I bought some other expansions for that I didn't have before, or I should say just other games, because they all stack, but they're not really expansions. Okay, so anyway, let me take... So 2 from... Let's see. Where do I want to put my dice? I have a great place to put my dice right now, because I've got to put my discard piles over here. So 2, and then Tricera Spin goes to the bottom of his deck. So I guess when I take damage, I've got to take from 1 deck, unless it allows me to spread it out for some reason. I got to kind of think of this as separate Rangers. And right now, the only attack I have is that Thundermax Saber, which kind of sucks, because that means I'm going to have to pay 1 just for a lowly 2-dice attack. And, oh, you know what? That actually would have hit me for an extra damage, but it doesn't matter, because the card I put on the bottom, I still wouldn't have lost. So, anyway, I'm paying my 1. Guys, let me know if for some reason you have any trouble hearing me or seeing anything that's going on, because this is a setup I'm not used to doing. And I hit it for 2, which also would gain me an energy with Kira Ford's Ranger ability, but it doesn't matter because I don't need any reserve energies right now. So I did put 2 putties on the track. And I forgot to flip another action to initiate. So now what I gotta decide is if I'm gonna go back in or if I'm just gonna start traveling the board. I think I better go over to the power plant and just see what headway I can make over there. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take all three of my guys over here, and there's no option but to move as one unit, even though you're sort of playing separately. So it's weird. You've got one hand, but you've got your different colored cards from different characters that can only interact with themselves like they usually would if they were in separate hands. I know that's confusing if you've not done this before, but it's intuitive enough once you get into it. Okay. It's weird. I just shuffled a card into the Z-Putty deck. Did I accidentally put a Z-Putty card out? I'm not sure why I did that. If I did. But anyway. Oh, it looks like I got a super chat. Let me scroll up here. Pardon me, guys. Rocket John Kelling, thank you so much for the super chat. $2 super chat. He says, eating tacos. That's it. That's the super chat. Oh, well, I'm envious, though. That sounds delightful. I would love to have some tacos right now. I had a taco salad that I made for lunch, though, and that was very tasty. It was a chicken taco salad. Okay, I got 4 Z-Putties. This may not go super well, but let's find out. Here we go. We got an Overwhelm, a Fierce Strike, a Z-Shield, which is guarding said Fierce Strike, and it's also guarding a Self-Destruct, which is passive. While this card is in play, each time a Putty Patroller card, including this one, is defeated, deal 2 damage. Well, at least it's not all 3s. Okay, we got foreigners. Oh, hold on. So, I'm not doing this right. I've got 3 discard piles, and maybe I should have them to my right, because that's where I'm used to having my discard piles, but I'm also used to having my deployment decks over here, so that's what I'll do for now. Okay, so we got to draw back up to 7. I'm going to draw 2 more, well, yeah, I'll draw 2 more Connor cards, and then 1 Ethan, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1 Kira. I got another one of those Thundermax Sabers. Okay, so they've all got that. I'm not in love with that card yet. We'll see how it plays, but that's basically Dino Thunder's version of a Blade Blaster, it looks like. All right, let me just take a look at my cards here. And I tell you what, guys, I will take out these Z-Putties best as I can, and then I will take a look at the chat, because folks are leaving comments, which is cool. Thanks a lot for joining me and participating, and hopefully you can follow the madness. Okay, how am I going to handle this Overwhelm? Because I do want to make sure and take that out. It will do 2 damage and skip the next Ranger turn in battle, and we don't want that, especially since we have to fight 4 of these guys, and 2 of them are 3s. Still don't have to deal with fast. I kind of want to save Tyranno Strike if I can, but I don't... Guys, I don't have a lot of attacks here. This is not good. I only have 2 attacks out of all of this. Which, oh, you know what, though? I forgot to draw as I went last time. I was supposed to draw, I forgot, or I was supposed to have the option to draw each time I played a card. And I played, what, 3? So I'm going to go ahead and actually draw a couple extra, because I was supposed to do that anyway. And that will help us out here. So let me draw 2 extra. And then... like I said, Ethan's lets you draw when you get a blank result. So if we get in a bind here, I'll still have options. I'm not excited about this Thundermax Saber, though. And I'm still not getting a lot of attacks. God, I got 2 Thunder... which means I have to sit here and get penalized for throwing 2 dice attacks. Isn't that exciting? It really is. Sadness. Play this card when a ranger performs an attack. Reveal the top card of that ranger's deck. If it's an attack card, add a die to that ranger's attack. Oh, okay. Okay, that may be what we want to do then. But then this could also kind of be overkill on it too. I tell you what, I'll do that in a second. I think first, well, yeah, just to make sure that we kill it. I'll go ahead and do the Tyranno Strike, even though it might be overkill. And I'm going to throw 3 dice. And I hit it for the 2 I needed, and I didn't need the reroll, so that's good. That is Z-Putty on the track. We're halfway to our first Zord. Now I'm going to play a Thunder Max Saber. And everybody bear with me tonight because I'm not used to especially the blue and yellow deck for Dino Thunder. I've played with Connor a little bit. I actually played as him the other day when I played with Brandon and his fiance, who is starting to get into the game. And I'm going to invite her to come to the Jonathan Ying game if she plays with me again and has learned the game better. I think she's maybe going to join us for that. Play this card when any ranger performs an attack. Reveal the top card of that ranger's deck. Okay, so revealing the top card of Yellow Ranger's deck. It is an attack card, so I add a die, and then Thunder Max Saber lets me add another die. So that brings us to... So I've got to spend an energy. That brings us to 4 dice against a 3. That's wonderful. Okay, now I'm seeing the usefulness of the Thunder Max Saber. And I hit it for 4. Too bad I can't spill over. Okay, that was awesome. Worth the wait. Now I don't have great choices, though. I don't think. Let me see if I have another. I don't have another improvise. That might be the only one, I'm not sure. Extreme speed. Any ranger may immediately play a card. If it's the first attack... Oh, I should have done this at the beginning. If it's the first attack, you add a die. But it doesn't matter because I've only got the 1 attack anyway. Oh, wait a minute. That was guarded. So I can't do that. Okay, so I had to kill the Z-Shield and then take 4 damage from the Fierce Strike because that was guarded. I don't have Freddy here to remind me when things are guarded. So Tricera Skin is a mitigator. That's a reaction. Play this card when any ranger suffers damage. Reduce it by 3. So I only have to take 1, and I'm going to do it from Kira's deck. That's a Rapid Spin, which is 2 shields, which means I don't take the damage, and I put it to the bottom of the deck. Hopefully everybody's following this okay. If you have not played the game before, I'm not giving a full tutorial tonight, so you might be a little bit lost. But check out one of my earlier tutorial videos or some of the playthroughs on Renegade Games channel, particularly the early Jonathan Ying playthroughs. Okay, so I would have to go backwards and go after that Fierce Strike. I'm almost more inclined to just try to kill the self-destruct. Oh, and I have to deal 2 damage every time a Z-Putty is defeated. I forgot about that. So I got to backtrack and do that too. Terra Grips is 3 defense, so that goes in the bottom. And let me do one from Blue Ranger's deck. And that is Tricera Shield. That's 3 shields. It goes to the bottom. That was lucky, which is kind of fun because it was kind of like Ethan's actual power in the show being used to put his card on the bottom. Okay, so I guess I will use one of my reserves. Technically goes in the pool first, and then throw 2 dice at self-destruct and hope for the best. And I hit it for 2, and I gain an energy because of Perfect Pitch. And that puts a Z-Putty on the track. Hey, that's really cool. So that resolves, because that means I'm going to get that energy back from my personal storage at the end. I don't really have anything great to do against that other Fierce Strike, so I'm just going to leave it, I think. So I'm going to choose not to attack anything else. That's the end of the sequence. And hopefully I can start trucking a little bit quicker here, guys. We're still just in the first deployment. Okay, so now the question is, do I do some recovery or do I kill that last one? Because I only have 1 action left. And I don't have a... I keep putting these in the wrong place. I think on just a 4 deployment game, I am inclined to recover. So I get 6 shields back from each of these. Oh, and I forgot, I could have kept drawing, but... Oh, man. Yeah, I messed that up, because I could have drawn a couple more cards to try to get attacks so that I could kill that last one. I should have done that. See, I'm not used to solo mode. I'm rusty on this. So anyway, we will keep that in mind as we go along. Not the biggest deal in the world. I hate leaving this much on the track, though. Maybe I should just go ahead and kill that last one. Now, I am inclined to recover. So let's go ahead and do that and get as fresh as we can for the next battle. So recovering in this mode is more like powering up. Instead of stacking the deck, you shuffle everything into each deck, and you get 6 shields worth back. I've lost quite a bit from Blue Ranger. I want that improvise. Let's take the low kick and the shield bash, so we can get a full 6 shields worth. So I flipped that last action in order to do that. Not the best first deployment. I don't know how far we'll get, but it's nice to get practice at solo mode again. Okay, let's go ahead and set up our second deployment, and then I'll go back and read a couple of comments here. I hope everyone is having a lovely evening. Dino Thunder White, Evil Dino Thunder White. I wanted to get Trent in here somewhere since I'm not playing as him, and he's kind of turned into my favorite Dino Thunder Ranger to play as. Even though I still really like Connor and I really like Tommy. Okay, so 2 Z's and Evil Dino Thunder White at the power plant. Power plant with 2 Z's. Well, we're already there, so that's nice. And then we're going to have 2 Z's at Ernie's Juice Bar. You guys are getting a good look at my Gold Ranger tattoo. And then 2 regular putties at the Dockyard. And finally, 3 Z's at the park. At the park. Darmok and Jalad at Tanagra. Okay, so let's kill the monster and get a Zord and get another action. And then hopefully we won't have gotten too creamed and we'll be able to start moving around the board a little bit. Let's see what folks are saying in the comments here. I see some Power Ranger talk, which is appropriate. Hayden, I still need to buy a Lightning Collection Dino Thunder Yellow so the team is complete when Black comes out, but I've been putting it off because of the price. That's why I haven't been buying Lightning Collection lately. They've gone up to $27 and $30, and I just can't get excited about it, especially being all in on this game because it's not cheap either, and a couple other games I'm buying. Because something else I didn't mention earlier is I'm also buying everything else Renegade is putting out for Power Rangers. So I'm caught up on the deck builder right now, but I didn't get the pre-order for the next wave. So when those come out, I'll have to buy them at retail. And that's going to happen in the not-too-distant future. And then I've also started buying the RPG for Jason. I got him a lot of that. Really everything they released so far for his birthday. But we haven't started trying to sink our teeth into that yet. Hayden, I also have both Drakens they made and the Ranger Slayer. I have Ranger Slayer too. And that's one of my favorite Power Ranger figures that I have. I want the Mesogog they're putting out. John Kelling, you know what would be cool? A dice holder in the shape of the command center. Well, so we've got the, when you say dice holder, we've got the dice roller that's sort of on there on the table. I don't know if you noticed that or knew what it was, but that is indeed a dice roller. Dice tower. and one of the biggest dice towers I've ever seen. It's massive, and I love it, and it was really fun to paint. But there is a command center dice tower that a fan made that he's been selling on Etsy since almost the beginning of this game, or at least the second year of this game. And I almost bought that a long time ago, and then they finally put this out, and I liked this idea even better than the command center itself. So I'm really glad that we got an official one, but that is a 3D printed thing, and people speak really highly of it. It looks cool, but I don't need it at this point. Jareth Gearhart, this game sounds too complex for me. It sounds more complicated than it is, especially once you get kind of used to, like a character or two that you main. But it's just casual enough that I was able to get into it because I'm not typically a big tabletop guy, or I wasn't, but just complex enough that I could get excited about the expansive nature of it and continuing to keep up with it. Hayden Spring, I would love to try that RPG. I found a PDF for the Transformers one that's the same system, so I might try to run that. Yeah, and they're about to put out a crossover book that tells you how to put together all of the stuff from that system with Transformers and G.I. Joe, and I think My Little Pony is also in that system. All right, everybody into the pool. So we're going to grab Evil Dino Thunder White's cards. Put 2 energy in the pool. And Dino Thunder White has 3 Z-Putties with him. And here we go. Zord control. Don't control my Zords. I don't even have any yet. Dark Laser Arrow goes to the front. So Connor is going to be very helpful now. Remember in the show, he runs fast, so he gets around fast. Zord control again. And Drago Sword is fast. Deal 4 damage. The Ranger who suffers this damage reduces the shield value of each card they reveal for defense by 1. Luckily, we may not have to worry about that. And Dark Laser Arrow, roll 1 die for each energy in the shared energy pool and in the storage of Rangers in this battle. Yikes, right now that would be 5. Deal damage to each Ranger equal to the total damage results. And that is guarded by Zord control. And Zord control is deal 3 damage. Repeat this effect once for each Zord card in play. It's kind of nice fighting him early because we won't have to deal with that at the moment. We don't have any Zords. Although as soon as we kill one of these Z-Putties, we will. And let me put the 3 of those out. Fear Strike. Z-Shield. Self-Destruct. We have some guard issues here. And I don't know if I've got anybody that'll get around it. Okay, so this is going to be hard to keep up with, but Connor is going to get us around fast, but the first time he plays an attack, I have to remove a die from his attack. So I have to try to remember that when I use one of his attack cards, since I'm playing his 3 Rangers at the same time. Fantastic. And Dark Laser Arrow is unfortunately guarded, so I can't attack it right away. But I will be able to attack Drago Sword right away, so that's good. I've got 4 Connor cards. I'm going to draw, I guess, 2 Kira's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1 Ethan. God, Connor's giving me all these reactions. Play this card when an enemy card resolves. Reduce the damage by 1. I should have done this earlier. I should have gotten rid of some of these, honestly. But when I start playing cards, I'll be able to draw cards. I just got to remember to freaking do that. And I've got Yellow Ranger's Heavy Hitter, which is Terra Grips. After you resolve this attack, any Ranger may immediately play a card. If it is an attack card, add 1 die to that attack. It may not be a bad idea to lead with that. I think I will. Okay, leading with Terra Grips. And can I add any dice to it? Yes, Extreme Speed. Any Ranger may immediately play a card. So this is a maneuver that lets me play an attack with it. So we'll still be able to play Terra Grips. If it is the first attack card played during this battle, it is. Add a die to that attack. Otherwise, place this card on the bottom of your deck and draw a card. Okay, so 4 dice against Dragosword, and then I can play another card. And that attack is going to also allow me to draw a card because we're playing solo mode. Wow, look at that. 4 right away. And I will draw a Kira card. And I got a Thunder Max Saber. I forgot to pay for that attack. And again, Terra Grips will let me immediately play a card, but another Ranger. So I can't play a yellow Ranger card now. I have to be a different Ranger. But if it's an attack, I get to add a die to it. But that sucks. Okay, the good news is, so I don't have another attack that's not a Kira attack. But the good news is, I did roll a blank, which means per Ethan's power, any Ranger can draw a card. So the question is, whose? And I think I'm going to go for Connor, because I have 2 of his reactions and maneuvers in my hand, which means chances are it will be an attack. Okay, it is, but it's a Tyranno's Staff. Sorry, I forgot to flip to initiate. Okay. Do I have anything? Well, I can gain an energy here in a minute without pace. I can actually do it twice, so that'll be good. All right, so what I'm going to do is, this may be a little bit risky because I'm worried about not being able to move around the board, but I am going to get another action here in a minute. So I'm going to flip an action to gain 2 energy. That's an extra thing you can do with actions. And then I'm going to use another of my reserve energies to get to 3 so that I can play Tyranno's Staff. I'm going to roll, let's see, 5 dice plus 1 direct damage and hit Zord Control because it's guarding Dark Laser Arrow. And I get that extra die because of Terra Grips from before. Is everybody with me? Okay. So throwing 5 dice at Zord Control, which already has a direct damage on it. And that was a crappy roll. I only hit it for 1. Look at all these blanks. My goodness. Now, that does let me draw another card per Ethan's power if I really want to. And given my still lack of attacks, I think I'm going to do that. Good lord. It's just reactions right now. Okay. So this resolves. Okay, that sucks. Now I'm like, do I want to actually gain the energy? Because Dark Laser Arrow is going to hit me for damage regarding the number of energy in the pool. So I'm like, should I wait to even... Yeah, I think maybe I should. But all I have right now is the 1 reserve. Play this card before any Ranger performs an attack. Before it resolves, reduce the health value of the target by 2 until the end of this turn. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that was a thing. Yeah, let's do that. Maybe. Reduce it by 2. Right now it's a 3, so it would only be a 1? Right? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, cool. So I'm going to spend my last reserve. I'm going to play... Let's discard that. I'm going to play... Terra Scream with Rapid Spin. So it reduces Zord Control by 2. So right now it is a 3 because I've got 1 damage on it, but that makes it a 1, and then I throw 2 dice at it, so I only have to hit it for that 1. And I did it. What an interesting reaction. I've never played as her before, I don't think. And because I didn't attack, I could do another draw if I wanted to, which I probably should do. I don't want to do too much of this, but... Oh, great. And I got Ethan's Heavy Hitter, which is a 3 energy reaction. These draws have been rough. Worse than the rolls, really. Okay. So Dark Laser Arrow resolves 1 die for each energy in the shared energy pool and the storage of Rangers this battle. Deal damage to each Ranger equal to the total damage results. I have set myself up so I have no energy at all. So I don't have to worry about that right now, which is nice. And then what we do is we play 2 outpaces. Play this card when an enemy card resolves. 1 just did. Reduce the damage that card deals by 1 if, and I don't have to worry about that, if this card has the fast keyword gain an energy, and it does. So I gain 2 energy. That keeps me in the game here. And now I'm 1 ahead. I don't have to worry about this card doing anything to me because we killed it already. So now we just got to go after that Zord control. I've got another Thundermax Saber, and that's about it. We may not actually kill Evil Dino Thunder White this turn, although drawing more cards. Luckily, we get to keep doing that. We should be all right. Now, I did throw blanks. So per Ethan, because I can do that once per attack, I can draw another card. So I guess I will. And I got a Rapid Spin. If you roll any blank results during this attack, you may immediately perform a second attack with a number of dice equal to the blank results. She is fascinating. Okay, let's try that, I guess. I'm going to hang on to extreme speed here. And I haven't had to worry about that lack of a die with Red Ranger because he's had no attacks. I am now going after Zord control again. Well, that's not great because I didn't get any blanks, so I don't get a second attack. But I did hit it for 2. So we get that started. Evil Dino Thunder White resolves. Remember, I have to kill all 4 of his cards, otherwise and get through the whole sequence. Otherwise, I'll have to go back in and fight him a second time, but only to kill the number of cards that I didn't kill last time. But I still have to get through a whole sequence. And I do get to draw again. I got a low kick. Let's try this. So, low kick, 4 dice attack. It's a 0 cost 4 dice attack, which sounds boss. But during this attack, all doubles are treated as blanks. So let's see what happens. Here we go. Throwing 4 dice at Zord control. And I didn't get any doubles. I hit it for the 2 I needed. That is a spectacular card if the roll is right. And no, we might be okay here because I've got to hit this for 5, but I've got several turns left to do it in. And that would let me draw again. I get to keep doing that again because it's solo mode. They give you a lot of card draws. But I just got another Terra Scream, which isn't what I want. I am losing a lot of cards here, though, so I got to be super careful about it. Fear Strike is going to do 4 damage to me. I think I have a mitigator. Well, yeah, but I can't use it because it costs too much. I am feeling kind of poor. You know, I'm just working at a crappy restaurant for tips right now. Okay, I am going to go ahead and do extreme speed. I don't get an extra die because it's not the first card played during the attack, but I can place it on the bottom of my deck and draw a card, and then any ranger may immediately play a card. So that's what I'm going to do, and it is... Let's see... You know what? I'm gonna do both of these things. So I'm gonna play Thundermax Saber with a Terra Scream, which again reduces the health value of the target by 2 until the end of this turn. So it is currently a 3. I wish I had a way to add dice. I just need a really good roll. This is probably not the smartest move, but if it pays off, it'll be a really good gamble. That was a terrible gamble. I got blanks entire. I just spent 2 energy. I forgot to spend that other one too. Man. Okay. This is not going well. The cat can't be a Power Ranger. Yikes. So much yikes. Okay, well, I'm going to draw another card here. And I'm still not getting attacks. God. This is actually kind of funny how terrible this is going. Okay, so Tricera Skin. So Fear Strike resolves and does 4 damage. Tricera Skin. Play this card when any ranger suffers damage. Reduce it by 3. And I only had to take 1. Improvises 2 defense, so I don't take any. And Z-Shield will drain 2 energy, which I don't have when it resolves. This sucks. And Corner Kick is only a 1 dice attack right now. I had blanks, so per Ethan I can draw another card. Okay, and I got to try Tyranno Strike. That's probably the way to go. And I'm going to have to waste another action to get more energy. This is kind of embarrassing, honestly, the way this is going right now, but... Okay. I only get to throw 2 dice at it because I have to lose 1 from the penalty from the beginning, taking the first turn. Maybe it'll be a spectacular roll. Let's use Zordon. I haven't done that yet. Okay. I only got 1, but I get to re-roll any number of dice. So I will re-roll 1 of them. Be a 2. Yeah! That was a 2. Okay. Luck might be turning slightly, although Z-Shield is going to drain 2 energy. If you don't have any extra energy, you have to discard a card. And I'm going to go ahead and lose my Tricera Shield because I don't see that being useful right now. That is a 3-cost reaction that I can't pay for right now. Playing an attack lets me draw another card, which I have to keep doing because I just don't have good attacks. Oh my god. Okay. So, Corner Kick. Luckily, I've got a 0-cost attack, so that is good. After rolling, you may choose to deal the full damage from this attack to an enemy card adjacent instead. That can be helpful, but it's not right now. I only have to hit this for 2, so we are going to kill Evil White Ranger almost certainly, so that's good. But boy, we're taking a beating doing it. So, improvise. Play this card when any ranger performs an attack. Reveal the top card of that ranger's deck. If it's an attack, add a die. Otherwise, gain an energy. It is an attack. Good. That is another Corner Kick. So, I get to throw 3 dice at Dark Laser Arrow. That's a nice turn. And I hit it for 2, which is what I needed. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay. Whew. Boy, that was intense. And only our first monster. And we have no Zords, by the way. our luck is turning a little bit. I have not defeated a Z-Putty yet, so I don't have to do any damage with that self-destruct, but I might be able to kill it and get our first Zord and get 2 Zords at the same time here. So let's go ahead and draw one more blue card, shall we? Again, if you're confused, you get to draw cards in solo mode whenever you play an attack. Shield Bash, which costs an energy, and I don't have any energy right now. So I'm trying to decide. I really kind of want to keep these so I can move and take out one more area, maybe. Although I'm leaking cards so bad right now. I just want to recover. Okay. But I'm so covered up, though. Okay, I need a second to devise my strategy here. Because I can do one of 2 things. I can either gain 2 more energy one more time and kill the self-destruct, or I can save that and go over to like Ernie's Juice Bar and take those guys out, just so that I can take out a little bit more of the board. Or I could recover twice. That's another way I could go too. Let's see. I'm trying to count to see what it would take to panic me right now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, because that'll be empty. 12. Now I'll be okay. It'll just be tight. And probably tighter than I want it to be. No, I'm not going to kill that right now. I'm going to wait on it, as much as I hate doing that. Okay, so that resolves, and the battle is done. I have killed Evil White Ranger, but not without massive injuries that would require Rangers to go to the hospital. And let me put his cards on the bottom of my stack here. We're going to have to fight Zeltrax next time, although I will likely avoid him if I can, because I'm in rough shape right now. And I'm going to recover what I can, but God, that didn't go very well. Okay, and then I'm going to gain my first Zord. So we move the marker, and we get the Terra Zord, which is, of course, Dino Thunder Yellow. Kira's Zord. Exhaust this card during any Ranger turn in battle. Gain an energy. Reduce the health value of an enemy card that has not suffered any damage by 2 until the end of this turn. I'm loving her. Because we had that cool card that we used a couple times that did that. Now we've got a Zord that does it more regularly. Neat. In the words of the Tick, neat. All right. Well, it's only slightly less embarrassing than I thought it was going to be like 5 minutes ago. So, again, the next question is, do we go to the Juice Bar and deal with what few cards we have left and risk dying? Or do we full-on recover here, or at least as much as we can? I think I'm inclined to go ahead and recover. We're going to take the risk. Nothing is panicked at the moment, and it would take 12 to fully panic me, which can't happen because we've already gotten some 3s. But I don't know if we'll make it to the 4th deployment. We may not. But let's at least see if we can get through the 3rd deployment, shall we? This could be a giant, massive mistake. And I'm still on the fence about it. Oh, you know what, though? We gain inaction because it's solo mode and we killed a monster. That's boss. I can sort of have my cake and eat it too right now. I'm going to recover once, which in solo mode means I get to recover 2 of my 3 guys. And I'm going to start with Connor. Okay, that's actually way better than I thought. So what do I want, though? Tyranno Staff. Tyranno Strike. And do I want an Outpace or a Thundermax Saber? Outpace. Okay, let's do that. Again, in solo mode, you shuffle them in. and you get your reserve energy back. Wait a minute. This corner kick. Was that supposed to go in here? No, it wasn't. Was it? No. Okay. I think I did that right. And then I'll recover Kira as well. Terra Grips. Maybe I should just go for numbers for her. 2, 4, 5. I don't know if that's the smart way to go. Or if I want my Terra Grips back. 3, 4, 5, 6. That would be the same number though, wouldn't it? Yeah. That'll give me one of the Thunder Max Sabers back. Which I haven't been fully keen on, but that was super helpful once when I was able to add dice to it, so. Jareth Gearhart, listening to this makes me realize I must not have the imagination to play these kinds of games. Well, not having looked at the rules or knowing what we're doing, it might sound like Greek, but I'm telling you, it's not as complicated as it sounds. It's a lot of... The rules are basic enough that it's a lot of just seeing what individual cards happen to do, and it's just a super versatile game with 1,000,001 combinations, which is why I like it so much. There are currently I think we're past 70 playable Rangers, and the next wave is coming in the next month or two. So we're going to have even more than that, including our first Alien Ranger. We're going to get the White Alien Ranger, which I'm really excited about. Spring, everybody got that? What is your favorite Megazord? I jump around a little bit. Like, it's different on different days, honestly. My standard answer has been Zeo Megazord. Or, I'm sorry, my standard answer has been Ninja Megazord, but I'm also pretty partial to the Zeo Megazord. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go to the juice bar. Hopefully I can take out these two Z's. I wish I was fresher than I am, but it's all right. Here we go. But we'll get our second Zord here, too, if this works out. We got a Z shield, and it is guarding a Fierce Strike. We're going to draw back to either 7 or close to 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll just keep it at 6 for right now. I can draw again if I need to. That's the thing that's nice about solo mode. I'm excited to play with Jonathan to find out all the things I've been doing wrong for 3 years. And in case you didn't get this from earlier, since I'm playing by myself, this game is also fully cooperative. So when you play with other people, you're not playing against anyone. It's everybody versus the board. And in that way, and I mean, I know there's a lot of these kind of cooperative games now, but it feels a lot to me like a physical kind of living video game, especially when you're playing it on your own. Like, it's just you versus the game. And that's one of the things that's very appealing to me about it. Okay, let's use Terra Grips. She gets her reserve back as well. Okay, so I'm going to spend 3 energy for a 3 dice attack. Can I do any better than that? No, now I've got attacks. Extreme speed. Any ranger may immediately play a card if it's the... I know I read this before, but I'm just still not super familiar with these yet. If it's the first attack played, add a die to that attack. Yes, so I'm going to do that too. So it's going to be 4 dice. Oh, it's over by Zordon. There we go. Okay, so Terra Grips, 4 dice, and then after you resolve this attack, any ranger may immediately play a card, and if it's an attack, add a die. We might be able to do this in one fell swoop. Here we go. Let's use Zordon again. 2, 3, 4, 5. So we mightily kill that Z-Putty. Put that on the track, and that gets us our second Zord. And the second Zord is the Drago Zord. I went ahead and put all 5 Dino Thunder Zords in. Exhaust this. So, of course, Dino Thunder Megazord, which we won't get to, but that's what's in there. Exhaust this card when an enemy card is defeated. Deal 2 damage, divided as you choose, among enemy cards adjacent to that card. Cool. I do not have a lot of space for Zords. Solo mode takes up a lot of space. Okay, and then I get to play a card. I actually get to draw a card too if I need to, but I think I'm good. So I'm going to wait on that. Any ranger may immediately play a card. Doesn't have to be. It still can be Kira if I want. And if it's an attack card, add a die. So I'm going to play a flying kick. I am indeed going to use a Kira card. And that's going to be 3 dice. Oh. I lose my dice because of Zordon. Come on, Zordon. Quit stealing my dice. You're just a floating head in the tube. I don't know how you even do that. He's so powerful, that Zordon. And that gains me an energy. Wow. I thought I would have to roll again, but I got 5 again. I got 5 twice. That is crazy. Oh, also, once per attack, when you roll a double, you gain an energy. And I rolled doubles last attack as well. And these each count as an attack. So, because it says, actually they don't. I don't, after you resolve this attack, any ranger may immediately play a card. No, they each count as attacks. So, I believe I'm kosher with this. That means I gain 2 more energy. Bossa Nova. You don't usually roll this many doubles, so that was kind of lucky. Well, that was quick. I killed both of those on 1 turn, and I get all my reserves back. Well, it's nice that finally Providence shone some light on me there. I'm going to flip all my actions back over so that we can go on to the 3rd deployment. And then I'm going to take a look at a couple comments right after I take a little break. What are we at? About an hour? We're not doing too bad. Not too bad. Time-wise. Okay, here we go. So we got 2 regular putties along with Zeltrax, who is a nemesis. And like I said, my strategy will probably be to skip him if I can get away with it. As much as I love Zeltrax. And they're going to the park. Zeltrax in the park. Okay, one of them is going to spill to the power plant. They go clockwise when you panic location. And I forgot to put the panic token over on the other monster, but it wasn't important. We didn't have anything else panic. 2 regular putties at the juice bar. Two regular putties at the duckyard. Am I running out of regulars here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this one's going to spill all the way to the power plant. And the dockyard is now panicked. And finally, 2 Z's at the power plant. Power plant. Okay. So we're not overrun yet. And I knew we wouldn't be fully overrun, but this is looking even a little bit better than I thought it might. Zeltrax being a nemesis means that you have to attach his character card to the lead ranger. Oh, you know what? I haven't even been making anybody the lead ranger, which you're supposed to do, but it doesn't really matter in solo mode that much until you get cards that attack the lead ranger directly, because everybody's got their own discard pile. Anyway, So if we fight Zeltrax, we'll have to deal with that. And this says each time the attached ranger suffers damage, increase that damage by 1. So that's the difference between a nemesis and a monster, is that there are effects that happen to the lead ranger usually, and that gets attached. Oh, he just gets too attached. But I think we're just going to take out a bunch more putties because we really need to get some Zords going here anyway. So my plan right now is to take out these two and then probably go to the dockyard and try to unpanic that. But first, I'm going to take a quick break, and then I'll come back and look and see if there's any cool comments here. Oh, Holy says, to be honest, I'm a bit lost. I'm just here to support Power Rangers content on the channel. Well, thanks for being here, Holy. I appreciate it, man. When we do this, I try my best to keep people as, with it and apprised as possible. But if I turn every one of these into a full-on tutorial, they'll take 3 hours, and it'll be harder to do more, complicated, crazy stuff. So just wait until we get into more scenarios where the game looks completely different. Okay, I will be right back, folks. Give me just a couple of minutes. Okay, folks, I'm back, and I'm ready to bash some more putties. I gotta tell you, as tense as that Zeltrax battle was, this has been really kind of relaxing for me. Like, I wish I had more time to do this and on stream, because I play better, I think, when I'm concentrating enough to read everything out loud and try to keep everybody up to speed with me. And it's just really nice to sit down and spend some time with this. Okay, I got a question from Jareth Gerhardt who says, have you played Blaze Blue Cross Team Battle? I started playing it last week. It's really similar to Marvel vs. Capcom. You may like it. I haven't played any of that stuff and would like to get into more recent fighters like that. That sounds great. So thanks for the suggestion. No, I'm not, but I would like to, certainly. And I like to play more Japanese and anime-inspired stuff. Not that I'm a big anime guy, and I wouldn't know a lot of the characters I was looking at for anything, but a lot of those fighters look real fun and over the top and exciting, and I would like to try more of that stuff. Okay, let's fight 2 lowly regular putties. Isn't that exciting? I'm trying to decide if I should go ahead and recover some more, actually, before I do that, because I'm down to just a few cards each, and I haven't died yet with anybody, so like I would get a full power-up if I did. Maybe I should just let that happen with 3 energy in the command center instead of wasting action. I tell you what, I'm going to do this one battle because it's just 2 putties and I probably won't take very much damage, if any. And then I'll decide what I'm doing after that. So, hey, look, you can be the lead ranger there, Blue Ranger. It doesn't actually matter right now, but I've not been using... And it's such a pretty token, you know, so we might as well be using it. There's the lead ranger token. Okay, here we go. Flanking and leaping attack. This is so exciting. It really is. A 2 and a 2, and the first one is passive. Whatever shall we do? Let me just grab a couple of cards here. So again, flanking increases damage by 1 for other enemy cards, which means if you have flanking out when you're fighting a monster, the monster cards also deal an extra damage, which can really suck. Sorry, I'm trying to decide what order I want to do things in here. Okay, let's do a shield bash. I forgot to put energy in the middle. So spend 1, throwing 3 dice at leaping, because flanking will resolve without doing anything to me. So we can get that started. And I hit it for the 2 that I needed. So that goes on the track. After you perform this attack, you may discard a reaction from your hand. If you do, return this card to your hand instead of discarding it. I don't have any reactions, so I can't do that. But that's okay. It was worth the 3 dice anyway. Flanking resolves. Now I'm going to go back and try to kill flanking. Let's go for rapid spin again. To flanking. And I only hit it for 1. If you roll any blank results, you may immediately perform a second attack with a number of dice equal to the blank results. So I get to throw 1. And I beat it. And I can draw more cards if I want it, if I want to, but I'm not going to. Now, do I want to do 1 recover or 2 is the big question right now. Let's do just 1 for now. Do I want my Terra Grips back? I just like her a lot. So let's get that rapid spin. Somebody else has that flying kick too. That didn't start with her. There are some repeated attacks like that that just make sense for other characters to have, which I like. I tell you what, let's do Terra Grips. And well, now we'll just do 2 rapid spins and a flying kick. shuffle those in. And then Connor's in bad shape, so we better get... Again, not Nielsen. He's fine. Last I talked to him. Tyrannos Strike. Speaking of Connor, we're going to try to finally review Guardians of the Galaxy 3 on Sunday. So for the 5 of you that are watching right now, I hope you can make it. And what do I want? Outpace and corner kick. All right. Got to flip an action to do what I just did. Again, I'm avoiding Zeltrax for now because when we get to the last deployment, all we have to do is fight the boss. So as long as I can guarantee that I don't get overrun here, we'll be fine. So let's go try to clear out the dockyard. So flipping to move and another one to initiate. And the nice thing here is they're all regular putties, so this should be relatively simple, but we are going to have to go in twice because you can only fight 4 cards at once, and there are 5 there. So if we kill all 4, we just got to kill 1 more, but you do have to initiate again to do it. Cannon fodder, swarm attack. Cannon fodder is guarding the swarm attack, as is a second cannon fodder, and then there's a leaping attack. So we are going to have some guard issues here. Let's draw back to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'll draw the full 7. Two in the pool. I didn't pull the other one out of the pool because I already have all my reserve energies. So if you have any left over at the end of a turn in the pool, you can put them in your reserves, but I don't need any, and you don't get extra in the reserve. It'd be nice to pile a bunch up, but you can't do that. Oh, hi, Austin. How you doing, man? Oh, no, he's doing all the silly emojis at the bottom flying around. Unless that's Tom doing that again. Yeah, oh no, he was doing that. Okay. Yeah, we discovered that first by Tom on the Captain Logan show last week. Oh, Captain Logan show tomorrow. The lead-in topic is probably going to be what I was going to do a video on last week, and then we even kicked around doing it tonight. But one of the patrons asked for that very topic, so we'll probably make that the lead-in topic tomorrow night, which is just the future of AI in movies. And specifically because of the writer's strike and the question of how much AI is going to take over in writing scripts and all of that. So I know it's depressing, but that's what we're going to talk about. Yeah, let's do the Tyrannos stuff right away. Let's do a real fun big attack, guys, because I can spread it too. So Tyrannos staff is a 3 energy attack. I'm going to throw 4 dice plus a direct damage. Let's go ahead and throw that on cannon fodder right away. And it says you may divide the damage from this attack among any number of targets that have not yet resolved. Can I add any dice in any way? No. I probably don't want any Zords yet, but I'm just going to double check. I can gain an energy with this. I'll reduce enemy health later, though. Yeah, I'm going to wait on any of that. Okay, so throwing 4 dice at cannon fodder. Okay. So that kills cannon fodder. I'll have 2 left over, and I have to put it on the other cannon fodder because swarm attack is guarded. That resolves. And I will probably have to take the damage from swarm attack because unfortunately I don't have a good way around guard right now. Let's do a flying kick, which gains me an energy. Throw 2 dice at cannon fodder. And I hit it for 3. Jeez, that's a massive roll. Deal 1 damage, increase it by 1 for each foot soldier in the location. And that's going to hit me for 6. No. What am I talking about? I've killed 2. 4 is all that hits me for. And I'm about to get another Zord, so that's exciting. Do I have any mitigators? I do not. So let's take it from Kira. And that's 1 defense. Oh my god. 2. God, I lost 3 cards over that. Thanks, Kira Ford. Alright. Do I want a rapid spin? See, now I've got a good number of attacks here. I'm going to be able to wait on these Zords. I'm going to hold on to those for later, I think. Although I'm not really going to be able to move anywhere. Let me think. Yeah, well, we did just kill this one, even though that's what resolved. So I could go ahead and tap Dragozord and just kill this leaping attack right away, because it does 2 damage to enemy cards adjacent to that card, and it spreads any way you choose, which is cool. Got all of our guard issues done, by the way. So then I can just go back with a Tyranno Strike. Yeah, that was the way to go, I think. And throw 3 dice with a built-in reroll. 2 Swarm Attack. Let's reroll this one. Hope we get a damage. Yeah, we got 2. Jeez. And I gain an energy over that. And actually, I don't think I've been doing that every time. Once per attack, when you roll a double damage, gain an energy. I think we should have gotten more energy earlier in the game, and I just keep forgetting I have that ability. But in my defense, I'm keeping up with 3 abilities and a lot of stuff I wouldn't usually if it wasn't in solo mode. Okay, so that was perfect. I took out everybody there that I was fighting anyway. We'll have to go back in one more time. So there's 1 on the track now. Move that up to 3. And we got Tyrannozord. Exhaust this card when any ranger performs an attack. Add a die. That ranger may reroll any number of dice during that attack. So really similar to what Jason is all about. That's not Red Rangers across the board, but there's quite a bit of that kind of thing with Red Rangers with rerolls and extra dice. Yes, indeed. Austin's trying to eat healthy. He's trying to eat some salad. All right, let's fight one more putty. Austin's got to be so completely lost if he's paying any attention to what I'm doing right now. It's like, I have no idea what's happening. Okay, to this cannon fodder. Oh, I get to put this energy in my reserve for Kira, and then I'm going to put 2 in the pool. And let's try a low kick. During this attack, all double damage are treated as blanks. But, hilariously, I still get energy for them with Kira. Okay, throwing 4 dice. I love this 4 dice no energy attack. It's so cool. Because, see, I can hit a thing for 4 as long as I don't get damage. Sorry, as long as I don't get doubles. It's really killer. Okay. All of a sudden, things are going much, much better. Okay, there is really no chance we get overrun now at this point, I don't think. 5 there, 5 there, that's 10. That's still full-on panicked with Zeltrax. And then you'd need 2 more over at the power plant. So we're the same boat we were last turn if I do nothing else. Where I would have to get 12 and or all 4 quadrants get panicked. And I don't think that's going to happen. So I could stop now and go ahead and just recover everything I can recover. That may be the smart move. And then ignore Zeltrax, go to the boss, and try to beat the boss with only 3 Zords. Or I could... I was going to say, or I could move over to the power plant and try to kill all 4 of those and get 1 more Zord. But I am low on cards right now, so that's probably not the smart move. Okay, I'm just going to recover twice. So let's get Kira's... Austin, like I was telling somebody earlier, it looks more complicated than it is once you learn it and the basics click in. Like, there are way more crazy complicated miniatures games than this one, and the fact that I learned it and kind of know what I'm doing means anybody can, because I was never a tabletop guy. But it can be a little intimidating for folks at first. But it's just complex enough that it's insanely customizable and versatile, and there's 1,000,001 combinations and ways to play it. Which is why I'm so into it, and it's a major hobby. Let's take, I don't know, do we want 2 flying kicks? What do I want here? Terra Grips and Harmonize? I haven't been using that, though. Yeah, okay. This will just take a couple of minutes, guys, to get all my recovering done. Low kick. Shield bash. And Tricera shield. And then I'm going to flip an action to do this one more time. And let's start with Connor. Again, not that Connor. Tyranno Staff, Tyranno Strike, and Thundermax Saber. Ah, well, we couldn't make them all Tyranno something. As fun as that would have been. And then I'm going to finish this off with Kira again. Okay, we are close to fresh. Guys, we're going into the last deployment. I'm at about an hour and a half, and typically, I usually take about 2 hours to get through a game. So we're on track for that. It is very difficult to get through this game in any less than 2 hours if you get to the end. You might get killed earlier. But yeah, so skipping the Zeltrax, going right to Mesogog. Here we go. Mesogog, who I did a fun paint variant to look like General Zod in Superman 2 if his red trim actually came out. I'm so happy with what this looks like. I'm the only person on the planet that would think to paint it like this, but he's wearing almost exactly that same outfit, besides his dinosaur face. Okay, so 3 Z's and Mesogog at the park. And, of course, he is going to have to spill over clockwise. So he's going to get 1 Z putty with him. And then 2 more spill over to the juice bar. Is it possible that we could full on panic here before I even get to fight the bot? I don't think so. But let's see. 1 putty at the dockyard. 2 Z's at the power plant. Where are my Z's? Kind of mix these up a little bit here. 2 Z's at the power plant. So those will spill over to the juice bar. And finally, 1 Z at the dockyard. Yeah, no problem at all. Okay. Flipping all my actions over to get into the next deployment. Now, I could go fight some more putties to try to get one more Zord before I go to Mesogog, but I would be risking losing some cards, and I'm still not full on fresh, so I kind of don't think I want to do that. I think I'd rather risk just taking him on with the 3. Yeah, Mesogog's from Dino Thunder. Well, you wouldn't have a Tyranno Dragon, Austin, because, you know, dinosaurs and dragons don't mix, but also because you have a dragon-themed character in Dino Thunder on top of this one anyway. Yeah, I guess I'm just going to go to Mesogog. Let's try it, I think. I'll have a bunch of extra actions left over that I can use to recover in between and to gain more energy. So yeah, I'm nervous about this because I'd much rather have more Zords. But the Zords I have are pretty powerful, so we should be good. Here we go. We have at least made it respectable now, even if everything goes south after this, because we got to our boss. Mesogog's got 8 cards. You got to beat 6 of them, and you got to fight them twice because you can only put 4 out at a time. We've got Psionic Blast, Mind Spike, Oppressive Aura, and oppressive it is, and Psionic Blast again. We'll read what those do in just a second, and then we're going to put out 2 regulars and 2 Zs, it looks like. There's 5 there total. And I guess I'll make Kira lead ranger. So it's going to be regulars first. No, Austin, that's Power Rangers in Space that cross with Ninja Turtles. You're like 7 years late. Cannon Fodder, Swarm Attack, Z-Shield, and Z-Shield. Boy, okay, I was going to say there's a lot of guard, but you've also got guards under and next to guards, and guards don't guard guards, so that's good. Let's go ahead and draw to 7. I'm starting to fade here a little bit. Let's see if we can get through this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's draw one more yellow. She's been doing great for us here. And also because I don't want to do too much Connor right out the gate because I'm probably going to use Swift Striker, which is his ranger ability that lets me get around fast. If we let it resolve, what would it do? Deal an amount of damage to each ranger equal to the number of cards in their hand. That wouldn't actually be too bad right now. That's kind of the nice thing about playing with a hand of 7, and each ranger is just cards in the one hand, is it would be like 1, 2, and 3 right now, which wouldn't be the biggest deal. But I still think I will probably go ahead and take the first turn, and then the first time that Connor throws dice, he's got to subtract 1. So let's go after that 4. Oh, it's guarded, though. So it's going to resolve anyway. Well, that's fine, because this gives us an extra turn to get started on Mind Spike, which is guarding everything. There is a Cat Ranger at Austin, and actually, so Mighty Morphin in Season 3 has a Ranger named Cat who goes all the way through Turbo, who starts off evil and can transform into a cat. And then in SPD, you have an actual cat person, along with Doggy Kruger, who's a dog person. And her name is also Cat. And in one episode, she turns into a ranger. And she is sort of an orange ranger. At least she's got some orange in her costume. But no, she's not in the game yet. Jareth, which shocks me. I kind of thought that would have happened by now. But a lot of speculation is that the big box this year, because we haven't gotten that yet, will be SPD. And there's been a lot of things they've been doing that make us think they're leading to SPD. And so chances are she'll be in that. I would be really surprised if we didn't do that. Anyway, let me get rolling on this here. So let me throw something at Mind Spike, get that started. I've got a lot of really little attacks right now. But I don't have that thing that helps me at the start of a turn, so... Maybe I'll use Tyrannozord right away. I exhaust this card when any ranger performs an attack. Add a die. That ranger may reroll any number of dice during that attack. That's probably a good idea. And let's do it with Shield Bash. So that's going to be 4 dice. And I can gain this back if I discard a reaction. So I might do that. Throwing this at Mind Spike. Wow. You guys, I already beat it. It's 3 doubles. And Perfect Pitch gains me an energy because I rolled doubles. You can't stack it. You don't get one for each die with doubles, but you get it once for having rolled doubles. So that's good. Everything about this is boss. Okay, so that was one of the neatest rolls I've seen in a while. Then Psionic Blast resolves, deal an amount of damage to each ranger equal to the number of cards in their hand. So I'm not going to do any draws right now. So Ethan doesn't have to take any. I've got to take 3 for each of the others. So Tyranno Strike, Tyranno Staff goes to the bottom. I lose Flying Kick, but I keep Rapid Spin. All right. And Psionic Blast is no longer guarded. Let's see. Outpace. Play this card when an enemy card resolves. Reduce the damage that card deals by 1. Oh! You know what? I'm going to do that. I can actually get Flying Kick back then. Cool. And it gains me an energy because that card had the fast keyword. How do you like that? We got 3 energy in the pool right now. We've already killed a Mesogog card. I don't want to get cocky or nothing, but we've still got 3 energy in the command center. There's a good chance that we get through this. But it's always close at the end, especially with the boss. That's kind of hard. Though right now this is not too bad. Not too bad. Corner Kicks is about all I've got. Rapid Spin. Oh, I could have discarded. That's okay. Because I needed to play that reaction, so. Right? Or did I not have any reaction? No, I wanted to play that reaction, so I wasn't going to discard it. Okay, sweet. No one knows what I'm talking about right now. It's fine. I don't have anything bigger than a 2-dice attack right now. Kind of blows. I kind of hate to blow all my Zords right away, because I'm not going to get to use them again when I go back to Mesogog, because you can only use them once per full turn. But I'm going to go ahead and use Dragozord. Exhaust this card when an enemy card is defeated. Deal 2... Oh, wait. Yeah, no, I just defeated one. Deal 2 damage, divided as you choose among enemy cards adjacent to that card. So I can start it with 2 damage. And then I'm going to throw Corner Kick. And hope for 2. Which may not happen. Yes! I got 3. Killer. This is going really well. And I can draw another card if I want to. I didn't throw any blanks, though, so I can't draw an additional one. but just being solo mode, again, I can draw a card every time I play one. Okay, so that resolves. That puts me one ahead. So I can get started on that 7. I just don't know if I have any chance at beating that 7. I've got doubles here. Let's see, what would happen while this card is in play? Oh, no! I didn't see that. Okay, I've been cheating. While this card is in play, Rangers cannot add extra dice or damage to their attacks. I did add 1 die earlier to when I attacked, what was it? Psionic Blast? Or no, it was when I attacked Mind Spike. I had 1 more die left over that I would have had to re-roll if I hadn't added that die. So that may or may not have actually killed it. But we've gotten too far ahead to roll time backwards. So, yes, I did accidentally cheat on that. So everybody keep that in mind. I'm not exactly kosher now. Every now and again that happens. Okay, can't add extra dice. So I'm gonna... all I can really do is just throw 2 right now. Yeah, I only did that once. There's still a real good chance I would have killed that card. It's not the worst cheat I've ever done. Okay, so I gain an energy for another energy. That's pretty cool. For getting doubles. And I put 2 on Oppressive Aura. This resolves. Oh, you know what? Well, that's guarded, though. I was going to say, I shouldn't even bother with Oppressive Aura because it's passive. I don't even really need to kill it. But I would have to kill Cannon Fodder before I could go after Psionic Blast. So I'll just keep putting damage on Oppressive Aura, I think. Okay, wait. Yeah, no, this killed card resolves, so now I can throw something else at Oppressive Aura. Let's see. I'm going to go back to Virtua Fighter 1. I don't know if you guys can even hear the music I'm playing right now. The Virtua Fighter 3 soundtrack is okay, but there's a couple tracks that get really repetitive. And then 4 is really bad for that. Okay, so 2 dice. I'm saying okay too much, I think. Let me throw this at Oppressive Aura. And I hit it for 3. And I get another energy because I got doubles again. That's crazy. Look at all the energy I've got. I can't even use it for anything right now. Okay. I said it again. Now I'm really self-conscious about saying okay. That resolves. I've only got to hit it for 1 now. And if I could kill that Cannon Fodder, I could put that on the track, but I'm just going to let it resolve, I think, because all I've got right now is 2 dice attack. Although, I could draw a card, couldn't I? So I'll do that. Oh, I got Terra Grips. Yay! Alright. Well, I've got the energy for it. So let's do it. Terra Grips. So I'm going to throw 3 dice at Cannon Fodder. Well, do I want to start there? Yeah, because if I kill that, then I've got a shot at taking all 4 of these out, which I don't have to do, but it would be good. Okay, I only got 1, but the blanks let me draw per Ethan's ability, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then, so I only hit that for 1. And then I can immediately play another card. If it's an attack, add a die. Okay, in that case, what do you have? I'm going to do Tyranno Strike costs an energy, and it's a 3-dice attack that should be a 4-dice attack, but because I haven't done an attack yet with Connor, and you have to lose a die to go first with his ability, I am back down to just 3. Oh, actually, I can only roll... No, I better do that again, because I forgot. I can't even add dice right now. I can't even add dice right now because of what I'm throwing at. So I have to roll again. Oh, and I got double blanks. That sucks. Serves me right for cheating, though. All right, so 2 damage. And I don't have any mitigators, so I will have Kira take it. And that's a Terra Scream. It's 3 defense, so it goes to the bottom. Rapid Spin. 2-dice attack. And I rolled double blanks. Let me draw one more card, and then... Again, that's per Ethan's ability. And then if you roll any blank results during this attack, you may immediately perform a second attack with a number of dice equal to the blank results. So that's 2. So I get to basically just have a normal reroll. Oh, apparently I've got my music low enough you guys can't even hear it. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Okay, so Swarm Attack resolves, and that is going to be 1 damage increased by 1 for each foot soldier in the location. I haven't killed any yet, so that means it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Ethan's going to have to take that. We lose Triceratops Shield, Improvise, and Low Kick goes to the bottom of the deck. He's down to 2. And then the energy drainers start to happen to me. Let me draw a card for that attack I played. I don't have much I can do right now. Do I even really want to try to throw anything there? Okay, let me gain 2 energy by flipping an action. Let me play Thundermax Saber. I can't add anything to it, unfortunately. I'm going to save Terrazord, I think. Boy, I hate wasting an energy for just 2 dice. Kind of sucks. Okay, so 1 goes on the Psionic Blast. I'm going to draw another card for playing that attack. That gave me another Rapid Spin. That's good. I lose the 2 energy that I just gained. And this is going to make me drain 2 more. So I'm going to go ahead and gain those so that I don't have to lose all my reserves, because I'm going to want those. And I've got a lot of extra actions, so I can kind of waste it, which is irritating, but I can. Now I'm going to throw 2 dice with Rapid Spin at Psionic Blast. And I only hit it for 1. But I get to throw 1 more because I rolled a blank result, which would also let me draw an additional card, but I'm not going to do that right now. And I hit it for yet 1 more. Actually, I'm going to draw 1 because I need another attack. So, okay. And then Z-Shield drains the 2 that I just bought. It's like vowels. You got to buy them. And all I can do is another stupid Thundermax Saber, which means I have to lose a reserve. And hopefully I don't throw any blanks. Yes, I got the one I needed. I killed all 4 of Mesogog's cards. Which means, folks, that I only have to kill 2 and survive the last round against Mesogog. There's a good chance, guys, that we're going to get through this. I accidentally cheated slightly, but I think we'd still be in about this place. The only possible difference is we might be down 1 Mesogog card right now. But that's all that would have happened, I think. Yeah, and Jareth, I know you said this a little bit earlier, but yeah, Cat from SPD has been in Heroes of the or, sorry, Battle for the Grid, the fighting game, as you mentioned, for quite a while. I think that was in maybe the second round of DLC. I forget. I haven't played that in a while. I gotta tell you guys, I have had this dream for a little while of starting another channel, and I just don't have the time to do it. That would be weekly, and I think polished videos, not streams, but that would be weekly videos all about Power Rangers gaming. Because there's so much of it now, and there's a lot of stuff that's for adults and not kids, and I'm into almost everything. Like, I've got everything Renegades put out. I haven't gotten into the RPG yet, but that would make for really cool videos if when I do. And there's this game of which, I mean, you could do a whole channel just on this, which I'd love to do. If not the full-on game thing. But then, like, there's all the old video games, and there's Battle for the Grid, and there's the phone game. There's just so much just Power Rangers gaming. And there's not a channel like that's just devoted to that. God, I wish I had time. I would love to do that. It preoccupies my thoughts. Okay, we're going up against Mesogog one more time. I got to flip to initiate. You know what? Before I do that, actually, I'm going to flip to recover. Because, God. So 6 shields of 2 characters in solo mode. It's not how it usually works. Usually it's 6 shields for the one you're playing with. Or if you're playing doubles, it's still just 6 shields. What do I want? Tricera skin, shield bash, and improvise. Shuffle that in. Well, Jareth, it's not super expensive though, so that's good. Although I don't know what it costs to get everything they've put out so far, but I know you can get physical now. Battle for the Grid we're talking about, and I've had it forever, just downloaded, so I've never bought the physical edition as much as I'd love to have that. Just being the collector I am, but of course nothing's on disc these days anyway. Okay, and then the question is, do I recover one more time, or do I save what I've got for energy? I think I do recover one more time. I think that's the smart move. Let's do the smart thing, folks. Because, yeah, I've still got 3 energy in the command center, but I'm not gonna be able to go back in a third time. I mean, we could do a 5th deployment, but I don't think I'd survive it. I think we'd get overrun. All right, Terra Grips and Thundermax Saber and what, Flying Kick or Rapid Spin has been really good to me lately, so let's do that. Whatever happens, everybody, this is our last turn. We're almost there. Thanks for sticking with me, everybody that's still here. Corner kick and extreme speed. Okay. Let's do it. I think his scariest cards are probably here. Okay, wait a minute. I'm missing a Mesogog card. Okay, timeout, everybody. I've got to go back to my boxes. I don't know what happened here, but I must have not grabbed all of his cards. Well, that sucks. All right, hang on. Okay, no harm done. I found it. I knocked my camera, so let me look at my setup here. Oh no, we're not in bad shape. Let me just move it slightly. Ripclaw Rush. Ripclaw Rush. Mind Spike. He's guarding that second Ripclaw Rush. And Merciless Plan. Fast Guard passive. That's nuts. While this card is in play, resolve +1 enemy card during each enemy turn in battle. Yikes. Can we please kill that right away? That is 8 shades of horrifying. And I didn't take out any of those putties, I guess. So once again, I'm going to go 2 and 2. Flanking, Swarm Attack, Fierce Strike, Z-Shield. We've only got to kill 2 and survive it. So once again, we're going to take the first turn per Connor's Swift Striker. Let me draw back up to 7. I want more yellow. She's been really helpful. But I don't have a heavy hitter here, so chances are I am not going to be able to beat that Merciless Plan right away. While this card is in play, resolve +1 enemy card during each enemy turn in battle. Okay, so I'm going to resolve him, and then I'm also going to resolve Ripclaw Rush. So it does the negative effects to me and takes a turn away all at the same time. Yep, his rough stuff all came out the second half. The second half. Okay, Terrazord. Exhaust this card during any Ranger turn in battle. Gain an energy. Reduce the health value of an enemy card that has not suffered any damage by 2 until the end of the turn. Okay, that has not suffered any damage. So, I'm going to put 3 in the pool instead of 2. And then Merciless Plan is a 4 health right now. I'm not going to actually put damage on it because it's not the same thing as it taking damage. It's just a 4 now. I still don't think I'm likely to be... I don't know if it's smart to actually waste that right now. However, let me think about it. I don't know if I want to do that. If it doesn't work out, at least I gain an energy for it. But it's only till the end of the turn. And I think the odds of my hitting it for 4 are not great. I mean... Okay, I'm going to try low kick, but I need an exact roll. And that is not likely to happen. But let's try it. No. 1. Crap. But I get card draws. Okay. I'm gonna draw 1 for playing a card and 1 for the blanks. I've got slightly better cards now. Okay, so these 2 both resolve. Ripclaw Rush, deal 4 damage. The Ranger who suffers this damage must then discard a number of cards from the top of their deck equal to the number of cards they discarded for defense. Okay, who am I going to have take that? I guess Connor's got the most in his deck right now. I'm going to play, real quick, both of these outpieces. Play when an enemy card resolves, reduce the damage that card deals by 1, and if that card has the fast keyword, gain an energy. So I gain 2 energy, and I reduce damage by 2. So I only have to take 2 damage, and I didn't take any, which means this card doesn't even make me discard any cards. That's awesome. I didn't even have to do that. Bossa Nova. And then that's going to happen to me again here in a minute, but that is not a horrible thing to have to deal with. So I guess I'm going to go after that Mind Spike at the end there. And that is a 6. Let's hit it with, well, Tyranno Strike, though, is going to only be 2 dice instead of 3 right now. I've got 5 energy. I really wish I had heavy hitters, but I don't. And I've got 2 maneuvers that are just not super helpful right now because they do cool things with the discard pile, but I don't have a lot. Oh, actually, what am I talking about? I have 3 discard piles. But it would have to be specifically hers. I just wish I had her signature weapon there, and I don't. I keep not putting things in the right discard piles. I don't know what I want to do right now. Okay, I'm going to throw 2 dice at Mind Spike, get it started, and gain an energy. Okay, I only hit that for 1. And then this resolves, again, 4 damage. And Ranger who suffers it must then discard a number of cards equal to what they discarded for defense. Okay. So I'm going to have Ethan do that. Two and 1 and what? God, I lost 3 cards, which means he would have to discard 3 cards. But that's the nice thing about solo mode is you have fewer in your hand anyway, and he doesn't have any cards in my hand, so I don't have to worry about that. So that's good. I didn't draw anything for that attack, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Okay, here we go. Terra Scream. Pay an energy to play it. Play this card when any ranger performs an attack. Reduce the health value of the target by 2. And with this, you can actually do that even if it has damage on it. So that is at the moment a 5. Because of the damage, it goes down to a 3. I'm going to play Tyranno Strike. Oh. I keep forgetting, though, that we took the first turn, didn't we? So that's still only 2. Do I have any way to add dice? I don't. Okay, this is probably not going to work out. I don't know if I want to do that. Well, let's see if I get lucky. Nope. Reroll with Tyranno Strike. I got it for 2, but not the 3 I needed. Draw 1 more. Oh, man. Now I've got Tyranno Strike. Okay, well, that's good. The next ranger must draw... Oh, sorry, the next. I'm tired. The lead ranger must draw 3 cards. Then discard all duplicate cards from their hand. If they discarded no cards, deal 4 damage to that ranger. Okay, so... that kills Kira. She is dead. She goes to the middle. I can't play with her cards anymore, which sucks. I'm assuming that means I have to discard her cards from my hand. Give me a sec. Let me just consult the rules real fast, because that's the one bit I'm not 100% on. Win or lose, we are almost finished, folks. When a ranger is defeated during a battle, they do not move to the command center to power up. Instead, discard all that ranger's combat cards from your hand. That ranger's... oh, they don't actually go to the middle, but she's dead. Yeah, discard all the ranger's combat cards, and that ranger's cards cannot be used until the end of the battle. Okay, so I have lost Kira, who has been my MVP, but I unfortunately made her the lead ranger only because she had the most cards. So that was probably not the smartest move on my part. Tyrannostaff. At least I've got energy. I mean, I did. I'm using a lot of it here. 4 dice plus 1 direct damage. You may divide the damage from this attack among any number of targets that have not yet resolved. Guys, I think this is possibly going to do it. And do I have 1 action left? Or was I supposed to spend that to come back in and I forgot to do it? Yeah, I was, because I did a double recover, didn't I? Yeah. So I don't have that. Good to know. And then I don't want to cheat again. Okay, so the direct damage is going to go here on Mind Spike. Let me throw my 4 dice. And I hit it for 3. So 2 of those will go here and kill Mind Spike. 1 of them goes on Merciless Plan. And I still have to hit it for 4. So that's kind of rough. Ooh, I forgot flanking was out. While this card is in play, each time another enemy card deals damage, increase that damage by 1. And I was not doing that. So I should probably pay a penalty on that. Okay. Well, I'll lose a corner kick. That's 3 shields. That seems about fair. This is close. And I've half cheated anyway. I'm going to have to draw a card to have an attack from the attack I just played. So I'm going to do a Tyranno Strike. Yes. 3 dice with a built-in reroll to Merciless Plan. All blanks. Re-rolling. All hits. Hilarious. 2, 1. I only have to hit that for 1. But this swarm attack is going to do damage of 5 putties plus 1. That's 6. So that is going to kill... Oh, wait a minute. That's a... I guess I shouldn't have known that. I shouldn't have looked at that. So I'm just going to kill him. Okay, so Ethan is dead. I have 1 card left. So if I could survive it, I'm good. Oh, but the good news is I've still got 3 energy in the command center. Right? So it's not a matter of... Let's see. Yeah, so 2 people died. That energy is gone. Oh, but here's the crazy thing. I have to hit it for 1, but I don't have any attacks left. So all I can do is a basic attack. So if I discard extreme speed and throw 1 die, this is for all the marbles, guys. If this is a hit, I will win. But if it's not, I have nothing else I can do. Because I have 1 card left, and if I draw it, I'm dead. And what I mean by dead is I can't get back in and fight him, even though I would have 1 more chance with all my rangers. Okay, here we go. No, it was a blank. That sucks. Okay, so then what happens is Fierce Strike resolves. That does 4 damage. That kills Connor. That takes out the last energy in the command center. Now, having all the energy gone doesn't mean that you're completely dead. It means that you can die 1 more time. But the problem is I would have to do a 5th deployment, go back in, and take out 1 more Mesogog card, and I would get overrun if I did that. There's no way, because, yeah, 4 more putties on the board would panic it. So I'm going to call the game. That's it. But I got close. I got super close. Unless I didn't get as close as I thought I did because I accidentally cheated twice. But anyway, so that was the game. Well, a little bit sad, a little bittersweet. But we did get to see all 4 deployments, and we did get to get all the way to the end of Mesogog. So I count that as at least a fun night, if not a victory. But anyway, everybody, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you had fun with this. And it's been a long time since I streamed Power Rangers. I've missed it. It was a lot of fun. And I will be back again soon with Jonathan Ying. We don't have another date picked out quite yet, but he is definitely going to come on and play a game with me and the kids. And I will be back for the Captain Logan Show tomorrow night at 7 Central. Jareth says, good game. Thanks, man. Okay, I'm going to get going. Appreciate you guys. Bye, everybody. Have a great night.